Hey girl, do you wish you could make your healthy habits stick, but life keeps getting in the way? Are you tired of diet culture telling you to shrink yourself when you'd rather just find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and feel and look good in your favorite leggings? Then you're in the right place. Think of this as Atomic Habits for women. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, millennial mom, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. I'm here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about health and our habits. How do I know? Because I've gone from former chronic dieter to habit hacker through the power of the system that I'm now going to teach you so you can finally stop dieting and just train for life via your habits. Remember, it's not your fault your healthy habits haven't stuck. We just have to do them differently. Are you ready to habit hack your health? Then let's do this. You're listening to episode 233 of Habit Hack Your Health. Oh my goodness, happy 2024. Happy January 1st. Happy New Year. All the things. Did you make it to midnight last night? I'm so quick to get to bed as soon as it hits midnight, or just go to bed before midnight anymore. As I'm I'm an elder millennial. I'm 42 and I just cannot hang anymore. But can you believe it's 2024? The years are just flying by, right? If you're a millennial mom like me, maybe you have kids that are high school age. My oldest is a sophomore. So everything I'm doing is based off of like, oh my gosh, he's graduating in just a couple of years. I can't even believe it. Well, I know I am soaking up every memory with my boys and my family and extended family and friends this time of year. And I hope you have been able to take some time to relax and reflect and enjoy this holiday season with your loved ones, or continue to if your kids are still home from school. Mine are home for just a little bit longer as well. You may have noticed there's a new cover art picture. Go check it out. A little bit new of an intro. I always refresh the podcast every time at the new year, just based off of conversations, the way our coaching programs develop, and really try to reflect that Atomic Habit for Women system that we teach here. Now, I know this is a time of year of refreshing right things, reflecting, but I want to remind you this, that nothing magical happens on January 1st. Nothing magical happened today where you are going to have more motivation than you would have on any other day of the year. You know, your motivation might be really high today, though. You got that new planner, you got a plan for workouts, or you got a new gym membership. You're feeling like super excited. Maybe you've set a word for the year. You've created a vision board and you're ready to go. And P.S., I have not done all of that yet. That is on my to-do list. We're doing a big revamp of my office, which has been really nice to kind of declutter as well. But nothing magical has happened on January 1st. You can take time to reflect and pivot your healthy habits at any time of the year. Now, I know January is like really a symbolic, like fresh start time of year, right? There's a lot of your peers or friends and family doing the same, or people you follow on social media. But what if you were just training for life all year long and trying not to do it all? And I mean all of it right now on January 1st. I was doing a little research for this episode and I thought it was really interesting. The failure rate for New Year's resolutions is said to be an estimated 80%, 80%, with most people losing their resolve and motivation just weeks later in mid-February, according to U.S. News and World Report. And specifically with like gym goers, you know, people getting new gym memberships, research suggests that 80% of them as well, of those January gym goers, quit within 5 months. And I see that all the time. All my years of teaching group fitness, classes are full in January, then it starts to dwindle down. I think what happens is with a resolution, we think we're trying to fix something, but you're not fixing anything, right? There's nothing to fix about you. You are perfect and wonderfully made. But if we're rather just living our life based on our core values and your habits supporting who you are, you're no longer trying to do like 10,000 new habits all at once and they're not sticking because, girl, we are overwhelmed and overstimulated. And rather, you're just implementing these healthy habits and strategies throughout the year, all throughout your life, and pivoting as seasons of your life change. So come January, you can sit down and reflect, but do so with a view that is much more realistic instead of trying to do it all, because your motivation will fall. Now, I did mention your core values. I think this is really important to sit down and think of, like, what are my core values for me professionally? What are my core values for me personally as a mom, as a wife, as a friend, a sister, and whatnot? And make sure your habits are supporting who you want to be. That's what we call creating a habit identity, right? And I'm not going to chat about core values too much. We did an episode in January of last year, 2023, that I'll link in the show notes for you, talking about how to go about picking your core values. And mine don't change too much year to year. But I think this is important to kind of start with that. And also last week's habit hack episode about the no more new year, new me mentality, because that's much more of a superficial view. We're going to take more of a holistic view of your healthy habits. And I'm going to share 3 ways you can realistically just make your habits stick in the new year. We're not going to get too deep. You're probably listening to so many episodes right now about goal planning and all these different things coming at you. We're going to keep it simple with just 3 realistic ways to make your habits stick in the new year. Okay? So we're going to do this without the overwhelm, without the thought of fixing yourself, and train for a life, as we say inside of our Healthy Habits Accelerator program. So let's talk about these 3 ways. Number 1, keep it simple. We're doing too many habits, right? We are doing just way too many. And sometimes our resolutions are just a bit too ambitious for us as busy working moms, and the invisible load we carry, the internal and external distractions, that we're setting ourselves up for failure. I love how motivated you are. Like, girl, I have been there. I am one to sit down on a Sunday night. We talk about a Sunday reset and planning session inside my programs, but in a really simple way, like a realistic way for like us in the seasons of life that we're in right now. But really sitting down and making them a little bit more specific and a little bit more realistic for your life, so they're not so difficult to achieve and then you feel frustrated, right? So for a busy millennial mom, set smaller, achievable goals, maybe just 3. 3 to start with, 3 areas that you know are going to help you train for life. We teach this inside of my accelerator program. It's an audio only pod course because I know y'all love to like do easy learning on the go, hence my Atomic Habits for Women philosophy and everything that I do. We teach a system where you are able to use something I call the habit hacking trifecta, and in 21 days feel like freaking amazing because you've been able to stick to this trifecta of habits that are going to support you in so many areas of your life. Now, I only share the habit hacking trifecta inside the accelerator program, so you want to learn what it is, go get it. It's linked in the show notes for you. Number 2, your habits are taking up too much time. You don't have a lot of time. I know you don't. I know you feel like crazy busy, like especially when you sit down and look at your planner and all the things. Girl, you don't have a lot of time. So maybe your habits are taking up too much of your time. And a lot of times we have this all or nothing mentality and we are trying to do too many, but what if they're taking too long? What if you just think of 5-minute activities like using an app for a meditation or a prayer guidance, or a 20-minute workout? That's only 1% of your day. Maybe you need to work out from home because the logistics of going somewhere, doing the workout and coming back isn't working for this season of life that you're in. Maybe it would work in another season, but maybe right now it doesn't. And thinking about it in such smaller chunks like that's so much more achievable, and you're able to build so much momentum and confidence in yourself and celebrate those small wins where you don't feel like you're always having to start and stop, like you're just training for life, right? And the third way to make your habits stick in a much more realistic way in the new year is to focus on the facts versus just the feelings. Use a tool like a habit tracker, my favorite tool ever, to track your progress and celebrate as you progress instead of getting caught up in missed days due to life. right? This is a huge atomic habit for women. STEP is the first step in the habit hacking system we teach inside the Accelerator program as well. Because sometimes, we're feeling good, like maybe we're meal prepping a few days of the week, we're creating healthy meals, then whoops, we forgot we had a couple of evening activities and we didn't get a grocery order in for the week and we don't know what to have for dinner. And I hate that question, right? What is for dinner? But if you miss it a couple of days, okay, big deal. If you're using something like a habit tracker, that gives you data over time to be like, oh, well, I did it 5 out of 7 days this week. Like, I'm a rock star, versus just getting caught up in our feelings sometimes where we're like, oh, I missed 2 days, and then you just do nothing, right? Because you get frustrated with yourself. So focus on smaller, more achievable habits. Don't do like 20 million, do like 3, okay? Number 2, think of them not taking up much time. Keep them super small, not taking up a lot of time. And number 3, focus on the facts, not just the feelings. Now, if you're looking for a way to accelerate the process, then come join the Healthy Habits Accelerator pod course. It just got a major overhaul with an even more streamlined 21-day habit hacking trifecta plan and updated episodes for the course. So I give you a 21-day plan after you go through the course. It's not going to take you very long either to take action, right? I teach my atomic habit hacking system for women in detail there with the very best habit hacks and tools to help your habits stick with really a health first, then weight loss second approach, right? So go get it. It's linked in the show notes for you to grab at any time. Again, Happy New Year. I know your motivation is high right now, but I want you to step back and think, okay, what is a realistic approach for me? And these 3 ways I shared today are going to help you do just that. I'm sending you a great big hug. Happy New Year. 2024 is going to be amazing because you are going to be training for life. Let's get it, girl. Hey girl, real quick before you go, did you know I have a secret podcast where I talk all about why most habit strategies don't work for us women? Spoiler alert, it's not our fault. Visit bit.ly/atomic habits for women. It's linked in the show notes to access my secret podcast series and have your biggest aha moment about why and how women have to do habits differently. And if you love the podcast, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Love and appreciate you, friend. We'll see you next time.